Hello everyone. In today's video, I'm going to demonstrate how attackers can steal PC login credentials using social engineering techniques. This type of attack is one of the most common ways cybercriminals compromise victims because it targets human trust rather than technical vulnerabilities. Understanding how these attacks work is extremely valuable for cybersecurity students, penetration testers, security researchers, and IT professionals. By learning the techniques used by attackers, you become better equipped to recognize phishing attempts, improve security awareness, strengthen defensive measures, and help protect individuals and organizations from real-world cyber threats. Before we begin, an important disclaimer. This video is created strictly for educational purposes, cybersecurity awareness, and ethical penetration testing training. Every demonstration shown is performed in a safe, controlled lab environment using systems that I own or have permission to test. This content is not intended to encourage, promote, or assist any unauthorized access, phishing, credential theft, or illegal activity. If you use any information from this video against systems or people without their explicit permission, you alone are responsible for your actions. Always follow the law and practice ethical cybersecurity. Now let's get started. The tool we'll be demonstrating is a Linux-based security research tool called Thief Raccoon. I'll open my browser and search for Thief Raccoon GitHub. This is the tool's official GitHub repository. I'll open it, and as you can see, we're now inside the project repository. Here you'll find the project files, documentation, installation guide, an overview of the tool, and information explaining what the project is designed for. Now let's move to the installation section. The first thing to do is create a Python virtual environment. Using a virtual environment helps keep project dependencies isolated and avoids conflicts with other Python packages installed on your system. First, install the Python virtual environment package if it isn't already installed. Next, use this third command to create the virtual environment and activate it. In my case, I've already created one, so I'll simply navigate into my existing virtual environment before installing the tool. After that, I'll return to the GitHub page, copy the repository cloning command, and paste it into the terminal. The repository has now been cloned successfully. The next step is installing the required dependencies. I'll go back to the browser, copy the pip install requirements command, paste it into the terminal, and run it. This may take a few moments depending on your internet connection. Once the installation is complete, I'll clear the terminal for a cleaner workspace. Now we're ready to launch the application. I'll copy the python app.py command from the repository, paste it into the terminal, and press enter. Great! You can now see the application's interface has loaded successfully. The interface is clean and well organized. The tool contains multiple templates designed for security awareness demonstrations involving Windows 10, Windows 11, Windows XP, Windows Server, Ubuntu, Mac OS, and several other operating systems. For this demonstration, I'll choose the Windows 11 option. I'll type 2 and press enter. The demonstration page has now been hosted locally. Since I'm running everything on my own computer and local network, I can access it through my browser using the local address on port 5000. I'll open the link. As you can see, the page closely resembles a Windows 11 login screen. There is a username field where a victim could be tricked into entering their Windows username. For this demonstration, I'll enter Mr. Robot. After clicking continue, the page asks for a password. I'll simply enter try hack me as the demonstration password. In a real phishing attack, if someone entered their actual credentials into a fake login page, those credentials could be transmitted to the attacker without the victim realizing it. Many phishing campaigns also redirect victims to the legitimate Microsoft website after the information is submitted. That redirection can make the attack appear more convincing because the victim may assume they simply typed their password incorrectly. Meanwhile, the attacker's terminal records the submitted information. To review the captured demonstration data, the attacker opens another terminal, navigates to the project directory, and opens the credentials.txt file where the collected demonstration credentials are stored. There are two common ways to view the file. The first is by opening it with the default Linux text editor. As you can see, it contains the username Mr. Robot and the password tryhackme that we entered earlier. The second method is using the cat command directly from the terminal. Again, you can clearly see both the username and password displayed. In real-world attacks, cybercriminals often modify the source code of phishing applications to suit their own objectives. They may customize the pages, add additional data collection, or change how information is handled. They also frequently register domain names that closely resemble trusted companies in an attempt to make fake websites appear legitimate and gain victims' trust. This is exactly why security awareness is so important. Always verify website addresses carefully, avoid entering credentials into links received through unsolicited emails or messages, and whenever possible, enable multi-factor authentication to add an extra layer of protection. Security tools like this can serve a legitimate purpose when used responsibly. They help cybersecurity professionals demonstrate phishing techniques in controlled environments, educate users about common attack methods, evaluate organizational security awareness, and improve defensive strategies. The goal is not to compromise people, but to better understand attacker behavior so stronger security controls can be implemented. Final disclaimer. Everything demonstrated in this video was performed in a controlled laboratory environment for educational purposes only. No real accounts, real victims, or unauthorized systems were targeted during this demonstration. This video is intended solely to educate cybersecurity students, ethical hackers, penetration testers, researchers, and security enthusiasts about phishing awareness and defensive security practices. Any attempt to use these concepts or similar tools against individuals, organizations, or systems without explicit authorization may violate the law and ethical standards. Neither this video nor this channel supports or encourages illegal activity in any form. Always obtain proper permission before performing any security assessment and use your knowledge to protect, not to harm. If you found this video helpful, kindly subscribe and turn on the notification bell for more cybersecurity, ethical hacking, and awesome content. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one.